Hello, dear Cancer. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. This is your February 1st till the 15th of 2020. It's the Divine Spread, and hope that you're all very well. What we have for you with the Divine Spread is the Lovers card, which just flipped open. This is the card of Gemini. And the Lovers can also speak of a soulmate connection, some sort of a decision that you're having to make, a very important decision at that. I do notice in this deck that I'm using, and this is the Arcanum Tarot. There is something in between, something is standing in between this connection. Okay, this arrow, I would say that it's got to do with communication, okay, because it's very similar to a sword, but it's also the card of Gemini, which is air, and communication is very important at this time. Just letting you know that I am holding a competition giveaway for a free love reading, and I'm doing this because of Valentine's Day, which is coming up. And if you want to take part in the competition, stay till the end of the video where I announce the details. I've also uploaded a small video which is the same announcement. You can just go and watch that and see what it's all about if you want to take part. Okay, now also at the end of this reading, I will be speaking about the astrology for February. So for those who love the astrology of what's going on in the sky, stick around. Don't turn off the video as soon as the tarot reading finishes, okay? So, dear Cancer, it is a very important time for you. We know that the North Node is in your sign, North Node of the Moon. Also, we have had an eclipse on the 10th of January in your sign, so let's see what's going on. Very important, very interesting to see what's at your foundation, and we've got the Ace of Wands. So there is strong passion here. This is beginning. Aces are always wild cards for me. It's a potential anyway. The gift has been offered to you in the past, and this does speak of a sexual connection as well. Let's look at what is in the hidden position. And we've got hidden things. Seven of Swords is the card of stealth. It's also the card of intelligence. I see it. A very foxy sort of intelligence. So you're up to something. You're dealing maybe even with a Gemini. Could also be dealing with a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. What you don't know is that something has been hidden, or what you don't know is that what you've been intelligent with and not speaking to many about what is going on with you. And I'm not reading reversal, so let's look at the card that's going to come out after that for more information. But I'm wondering if what you have been holding back on will be shown to you, or if someone has sneaked away with something of yours. And that can be physical, emotional, if it's going to show up, because the Ace of Wands can speak of clarity, can speak of information, let's say, seeing the light, let's say. Okay, so let's see what's in the recent past. We've got Justice, and Justice is very karmic. Justice is a number 11. 11 is a very karmic number for me. Doesn't mean that it's a nasty doorway that's opening. It could be a doorway that's going to bring you in balance, in harmony, because Libra is all about harmony. Okay, so this could speak of legalities as well. In the now, we've got the Eight of Wands. A lot of passion around you. These are messages through the internet. This is flight travel. This is communication about what you desire and what you are drawn to. What is your goal? What you are looking at, what you are trying to manage is the Page of Swords, and this is the truth. So you want to know, you want to communicate about something maybe that was hidden, something that you didn't know about, something that again, information, air. Air is intellect, it's perception. Page of Swords is a message. And I feel as though here, something to do with messages of love through the internet. There's some sort of, it looks as though he's keeping those messages at bay. So something has happened where there is some sort of a blockage, some sort of the messages are not coming through for whatever reason. Also, I'd like to mention that Mercury, the messenger of the gods, and anything to do with collaboration, business. Mercury rules Gemini as well as Virgo, is moving into its shadow period on the 2nd of February. On the 16th, it goes retrograde. So, you know, retrograde Mercury brings in people from the past, plus it gives us the chance to be able to look at the information more over and over again. Sometimes it can speak of miscommunication, missed communications. Let's look at the action and advice, and we've got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is an offer that could make you very happy. This is water here. We've got air. We've got all the elements here. Knight of Cups can be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. This is more than likely your energy. Knight of Cups is someone who is not certain about moving forward with that offer. It's someone that is ruled by their emotions. So emotions are very fluid and therefore fluctuate. Let's see what the outcome is. And we've got the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles, can speak of expansion, being given a pat on the back for the work that you are doing, being noticed for your efforts. But it can also speak of something going on around the work scene where there are three people involved. Let's look at what's going on in the divine position. And we've got the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is someone who's on the defense, someone who is up against situations, someone who is holding this Ace of Wands and is fighting with that, pushing towards his desires, what he wants to create. Now, these Six of Wands can speak of having been successful at some point, and now you're pushing through for something new, continuing maybe a situation, or even getting to a stage of, because of the intelligence here, this is very creative energy. So if this is around projects, work, there is some decision that you're trying to make, and there could also be a collaboration that you're dealing with. A collaboration for a new project that you are pushing through for. What's at the bottom of the deck? And we've got the Hermit, and the Hermit is enlightenment. It's someone who is sitting behind the scenes, doing all the work, looking for the enlightenment. The Hermit is one stage before the Wheel of Fortune, so it's a very quiet time. This is the spiritual guru, the teacher. This could be a doctor, it could be someone that is a spiritual leader. This could be your energy, and you're looking into spirituality, you're growing, becoming much more aligned with the energies that are playing out. This is a very challenging time for you, and I'm not surprised that we have this card here. Let's see what's beneath that. And we've got the King of Swords. Yeah, so you must have been dealing with an air sign. Now, the King of Swords can be someone whose words could be quite cutting. Usually this is someone who is very fair and just. We could be talking about a Gemini or a Libra. Okay, King of Swords usually speaks mathematically, let's say, not through their emotions. This could be someone that's been through their own issues. Now, this could also be a legal representative. The Hermit could also be a detective. For those of you that are in that have got a choice between two, and you've stepped out, or you're dealing with a partner that stepped out of a commitment, a marriage, an engagement, whatever it is, This could be someone that's looking into information, and the Page of Swords could also be a spy, someone who is spying on you, looking for information. These two cards are quite similar in that sense. Let's see what else we've got. And we've got the Four of Pentacles. So someone that is being quite stingy, holding back, not opening up. Someone who is... and the Four of Pentacles, because it is for me very Taurian. We are going through many changes where our values are concerned right now. So if, you know, and Taurus is very, very slow moving. And therefore, what's interesting is that for you, dear Cancer, Taurus is your 12th house, which is the hidden house. It's the natural house of Pisces. And that can be the house of... you know, stepping out of a relationship, a third person being involved. Doesn't have to be a romantic situation. It could be just 3 people in a situation. It could be a partnership, a collaboration at work. Could it be that some of you are already in a partnership with one more person and you are spreading your wings? There is success here. You've been quite intelligent. Where business is concerned, business is getting busy, and you're thinking of bringing a third person, another partner on board. That could be the case as well. Let's see what's happening in the astrology for you. Okay, this is the Black Moon Astrology cards. For those of you that want to know the cards that I'm using, check the description box below. All the links are there. For Cancer, please, Spirit, astrologically, how are they being affected at the beginning till mid-February of 2020? Cancer. And we have third house and messages. And the third house is the natural house of Gemini. Okay, and we've got that eye there, which can speak of spying. Someone is looking through the veil. They're looking for information. Third house, again, is collaboration, working within a small group. Also, dealings with siblings, neighbors, anything written, spoken. It is the house of Gemini. And Gemini, as I said, is ruled by Mercury. So again, this is your 12th house, the dark house, the house that you cannot see what's going on in there. And it is a number 27, which equals a 9. Again, just like the Hermit. There's one step before the information comes to light. Before you begin a collaboration. Let's take more cards and see what's going on. What else is happening for you, dear Cancer? Let's take the Hermit, which is the general energy. First of all, the Hermit and Virgo, which is someone who looks into the details. Someone who can read between the lines. And we've got the Three of Wands. 3 of Wands, again, another 3, an expansive card. Now, 3 is very, very important for you. The number 3 is very important for you, dear Cancer, at this time. 3 of Wands, again, is success. It's waiting on those ships to come through. Now, the 3 of Wands can also speak of someone having turned their back on a situation. They've walked through a new doorway. They've left the past in the past and they're looking towards the future. So that could mean that those of you that have left a home, a commitment because of a new relationship, maybe because of stealth, and this could also be dealings with someone that's at a distance. We've got the 8 of Wands, which can speak of messages through social media. The 3 of Wands is someone who's looking to the distance. Okay, let's look at the Lovers. What's that all about? We have the 2 of Cups. So that's very interesting. 2 of Cups is the soulmate card plus the divine union here. This is no doubt a very strong love reading. And the Lovers, as I said, is a choice card. So I feel an emotional connection here, yes. 2 is a number of balance. Again, the Justice card is also a card of balance. Let's see what's happening here. And we've got the Knight of Swords. So very quick action. The page turns into the Knight, and we did have the King of Swords. Some of you may also be on the cusp with Gemini. This could be your energy. There is quick communication, quick action, a quick decision that's being made. We've got a fair bit of fire and air. Can be quite an explosive situation. The Knight of Swords can also be the information coming quickly in an argument as well. This could also be the third person, the blockage between these two people here. Let's look at this Ace of Wands. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which does speak of the apprentice, also the area of work. Again, Virgo comes up here. Virgo, which is the house of daily routine. So there could have been a new connection in the area of work. Let's look at the Seven of Swords in the hidden position. And we've got the Three of Cups, another three. And this could be something having happened around going out with workmates, with family, having drinks on a night out. There may have been some sort of a celebration where something hidden has taken place. And the Three of Cups can also be a card of gossip. So be careful who you are informing about what's going on with you. Be very careful. Let's look at that Justice card in the recent past. And we've got the Seven of Cups, which is confusion, illusion. Seven is Pisces. Seven of Cups is the Piscean energy. Pisces, again, as I said, the 12th house, how I mentioned Pisces already. Pisces is the house that we cannot see. And this card is obviously the ruling planet of Pisces. Neptune is there, and it's recently touched on, I should say, Venus, which is love and money, has passed over Neptune. It's joined Neptune in the sign of Pisces, so that it can be unconditional love, but also secretive love. And it can also speak of a lot of creativity where projects are concerned. So the Seven of Cups can also be that you've come to a place of harmony. You have many choices through your creativity and your projects. Let's look at that Eight of Wands in the now. And we've got the Page of Wands, which is someone who's willing to take a risk. This is, again, a messenger. Page of Wands is someone who is wanting to go on an adventure. This is the traveler for me. Someone is wanting to take a leap of faith and travel to a distance through the air. Wow. Two cards have opened on the Page of Swords area, which can be the area of work as well, or status. We've got the Four of Cups and the Ten of Cups, and they equal 14 cups, and 14 is the Temperance card, and Temperance does speak of divine, the divine. It is spirit. So I would say that whatever this truth is all about, whatever this message is all about, it may have been attached to some sort of an offer to do with your security, your stability, and maybe, dear Cancer, this was an offer given to you which you could not accept for whatever reason. Maybe there were family reasons. Maybe it was in relation to something to do with family again. Maybe it wasn't the right time for this offer to be accepted. And we've also got another offer here, and we can flip the reading around as well. So what I think this also can mean is that the truth comes in that the offer, it's a very important decision, as I said, because it's got to do with with your happiness and with situations to do with the family or even with children. Maybe Spirit is saying it wasn't the right time for this cup to be accepted. Maybe this offer is coming back around, and this might be taking place with Mercury retrograde. Let's look at that Knight of Cups. And we've got the Star, and this is Aquarian energy. The Star is a wish fulfillment, and the Star is also something at a distance. It is a card of hope, a card of healing, and a card of following your wishes. Now, it is the time of Aquarius that I'm doing this reading, and Aquarius deals with humanitarianism, groups and associations, and wish fulfillments. It is also the future. So this is saying that in the near future, something at a distance that you've been trying to reach out and grasp and bring to you it's either you're going to be able to grasp it or it's coming to you. So yes, and you may be dealing, we did have that King of Swords, and I said now we've got all the air signs. We've got Aquarius, we've got Gemini, and we've got Libra, but Gemini is more prominent here with the Lovers card, and here we go. On the Three of Pentacles, we've got the Jupiter card, the Wheel of Fortune, which is the karmic wheel, which is turning. There is some sort of a completion. It is a number 10, and the Wheel of Fortune does speak of, again, Sagittarius, so don't give up hope on a spiritual connection. For those of you that are hoping to expand your knowledge, you may have been, you're hoping to further your education. Some of you may be needing to travel. Maybe the collaboration that you are in, the partnership that you are in, if you are expanding your business, then there is necessity to expand your knowledge. And we know that Sagittarius can be higher education, but it can also speak of foreign places and people. Some of you may be dealing with someone that could be quite spiritual. We do have the Hermit here. I would say that the outcome is something very positive here with the Three of Pentacles, which can speak of expansion, growth. As I said, number 3 is quite important for you. Let's look at this Seven of Wands, which is in the divine position. And we've got the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. He is very driven creatively. He's someone who's driven by his desires as well. He's someone that is very spontaneous, very action-orientated, very quick to move. Someone who's got strong fire in their chart doesn't necessarily have to be a fire sign, but because we've got a fair bit of fire, I do have to mention this. Now, you may be dealing with someone that's got air and fire in their chart, if this is the person. The divine is bringing you the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is the person, the capable one. Okay, and this could also be, dear Cancer, this could also be someone that you may be working with, someone that is the go-getter, quite different to your energy. So that's why I'm saying that this would be more than likely maybe a new partner around work, whether it's romantic and work, or just one or just the other. As I said, this could be also a foreigner with the Wheel of Fortune, and that would speak of mainly Sagittarius. What I'd like to look at now is I'm going to take one more card. One more card. We've got 2 cards that fell out on the divine position. What else do we have? And we've got the Four of Pentacles and the Emperor. Wow. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles, again, is someone who is stingy, someone who is not showing emotion, someone who is maybe holding on for dear life to something that is very valuable to them. And here we've got the Emperor, and the Emperor is also another fire sign. Could be a Taurus. Both these cards do signify Taurus for me, but also Aries. The Emperor is Aries, and the Emperor can be as an energy. It can be restrictive. It can speak of integrity. You have to go through the Saturnian lessons before you can get stable. We've got 2 4s here, which have got to do with your home and your family. For those of you that have been dealing with someone that was maybe Aquarius, because this card is very Saturnian, okay, maybe Aquarius, maybe even Capricorn, I'm going to say. Those are the 2 signs that are ruled by Saturn. Then this could have been someone who was quite held back, someone who was stingy with their emotions towards you, someone that was only about ruling and maybe even being quite narcissistic, where they were wanting to control. This is a card of control. I don't feel that this is the same person. The King of Wands, I would say more than likely, is the now partner, the new partner, and could be someone that's at a distance to you. And I feel as though the Emperor, if not another person that you're closing the door on, then this is the energy. And yes, we've gone through lessons before we can reap the rewards. You do finish off with the Wheel of Fortune. I would like to take one more card on that Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Emperor could also be a boss. Could be someone that was very Saturnian, very difficult to deal with. But he can also speak of stability because he's the Emperor. So therefore he brings order, he brings security. Let's look at the Wheel of Fortune. And we've got 2 cards that opened up. And we've got 2 5s. Interesting. 5 of Wands, which can be a group effort where there is the hope for expanding, growing, building on something. And we've got the 5 of Cups, which is 3 cups spilt and the 2 that are standing. 2 5s again equal a 10. Obviously there was a, we've got water and we've got fire. I do feel as though if there was a third person in the picture, that's where the difficulties lied. But I do feel that with the 10s here, that this is coming to a completion point. Sometimes it is perspective and the way we look at things. Okay, 5 people trying to speak the same language but not being on the same page. Something's got to give. 5s bring in change. What comes after the 5 of Wands is the 6. And here we've got the 7 of Wands. So that's why I'm thinking that what needs to be, what doesn't need to be here in your reading is ego. I feel that because the 6 of Wands can come along with ego, and 6 of Wands is a card of success. So we go straight from the 5 to the 7, which is good, which is good. I'd like to take some spielas now. Let's look at the Karma Dharma position. We've got the Lovers, we've got the 2 of Cups, and the Knight of Swords, which is the difficult energy, obviously, that you are still dealing with. We've got the Vedovo, which is the widower. This person is mourning over their past, and we do have the 3 of Cups here, spilt, which is very similar. This is the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords does speak of a disappointment, a heartbreak, 3 people in a situation. Here we've got another 3. It's the 3 of Pentacles, and this is the Virgo card. This is your helper, helping energy. This could also be someone who is of service to you, and this could be around work, as I said. Okay, it's positive energy here. And we've got Gran Consolazione, which is the consolation card, which speaks of, it's the 7 of Wands, so what you are pushing forth towards Your dreams will come through quickly. Your wishes will be fulfilled quickly as long as you keep up the effort. And your wishes can also be in what you've created or what you desire in love or in even a connection, you know. Let's look at this hidden position with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Cups. Let's look at what was hidden from you and how it's going to show up. We've got the Lamante, the 11, which is karmic. This is your knight in shining armor. Now, this could be your energy, yes, because I do usually see the Lamante. This is the Romeo, which is very similar to the Knight of Cups, which I feel is mainly your energy. What else do we have? We've got the merchant, and the merchant is the business owner, the person who deals with import, export. This is also someone who is thinking very carefully about contracts. There is some sort of a change and a transformation happening here. So there is an offer where business is concerned. You've been very intelligent. You're going to celebrate that. But also there is something that is changing. Plutonian is very deep. Scorpio is deep. So things to do with intimacy and romance that have been hidden. Someone is thinking very carefully about their next move. And we've got the Omaggio di Preziosi, which is the precious gift. And this is the Eight of Pentacles, again, around the work scene. There is a precious gift, and that's why this Three of Cups mainly speaks of you've been intelligent with the Seven of Swords. Now the offers are coming through. There is a thought, though, still work to be done here. And there is a big change happening where the gift is coming in. And it looks as though Jupiter, which is transiting your 7th house of partnership, relationship with others, is giving you blessing. It's that stardust, because with Jupiter moving over the malefic planets, moving through your partnership house, it is giving that silver lining, you know, on that dark energy. So it's a blessing in disguise, I want to say. Now, I just want to mention also that on the 16th of the month, Mars will be entering your 7th house. So that's Mars is passion, it's aggressiveness, it's fire, it's action. But joining up and moving over the South Node, which is very karmic, moving over Jupiter. Jupiter expands on the fire, on the passion, on the aggression. And then it will be moving over, of course, Saturn and Pluto. So it's still quite a challenging time, mid to end of February. Just keep that in mind. We're not out of the woods yet. What I'd like to do now is I'm going to take an angel answer. So I'd like you to ask me a question, okay, and see if Spirit cannot answer it with these cards. I want to take one more card. That's what I was stalling with. One more card after that Five of Cups, and we've got the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords can be Libra, it can be Aquarius, it can be Gemini, but it can also mean a ruling being made. She is holding that Ace of Swords. Remember that King of Swords that we had. This is the truth. This is severing ties with the past, and this is also starting something successfully through having done the math. Okay, it's time to speak the truth. This karmic wheel is still turning. You're in a position to speak your truth. Sagittarius is also about truth, and Sagittarius is also the law. And all that is going on in Capricorn, again, we've got a lot of dealings with the law. Now, we do have justice here, and we've got the Queen of Swords. So I do feel that Jupiter is bringing you justice, okay? So I don't know why I need to say may the best man win here. I feel some competitive energies for you. Let's see, please, Spirit, for Cancer. What do they need to know? And we have trust. And that's a beautiful card to get. Let's read from the book for you. I just got the goosebumps. Sagittarius is spirituality, it's religion. You need to trust that the divine is working on your behalf. Now, I have mentioned already Temperance, which is the Sagittarius card, and I said that you need to trust that something is being worked out for you. Remember here with the 14 cups. Okay, let's see. This is a time for trust. Sometimes there is no yes or no to a question. There are situations where we are better served by not knowing what is to come so that the miracle can unfold before our very eyes. And it does speak of a miracle, doesn't it? Like children opening a gift, part of the magic of our lives is found in the joy of surprise. Trust that your angels have something amazing in store for you, even if they can't quite tell you yet what it is. And we do have, I did say, I mentioned number 3. So 3 is very important for you. 3 is March. For others of you, this could be in 3 weeks. So we're looking at the second half of February. For others of you, this could be 3 months. So February, March, April, at the end of April. So it could go any way. What I'd like to do now is I'm going to take my handwritten cards. I'm going to take a card to see what the thoughts are. What are the thoughts going around? The messages. First of all, I'd like to look at this King of Wands. Now, this is a general reading. If it does not resonate, these messages, just don't worry about it. I won't be able to get everyone's messages to match. Everyone is in a different situation. King of Wands wants to say what? I want a commitment. I want to have a family with you. I need stability. Let's do this. And he is holding the Ace of Pentacles. This is the Ace of Pentacles. So he's looking for a commitment. Okay. Let's look at what this... I feel as though I need to look at this Knight of Swords because it's on the Karma Dharma position, and it is action and communication. I feel I need to see what he's saying. I had been dreaming about you before I met you, and this is the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is someone quickly coming, a soulmate coming from the past. And he's coming in quickly. This energy is very quick with the Knight of Swords. Let's look at the Emperor, just in case this is someone that you have been dealing with in the past. The Emperor says, this is my truth. Take another card. He's holding the Ace of Swords, which I mentioned before may have been that Aquarian that showed up, that King of Swords. We have Forever Yours, 10 of Cups. That's very interesting. 10 of Cups does break down to the Ace as well. So could this have been a situation where you've been in a family situation with this Emperor? We do have the 10 of Cups there as well. But the 10 of Cups is with the 4 of Cups, which is an offer that's not being received, not being noticed. Let's take a card on this Queen of Swords, which I feel is your energy. And we have, I do apologize, but I am married. I know I lied, but now you know. And this is the 5 of Swords. So this could be, I'm going to say, a message from you, or this could be the message that you are receiving. Okay, let's take one more. It can go either way for you. She is sitting on those 2 5s. This is also the 5 of Swords. So let's take one more. And we've got the 2 of Swords. I am lost. I don't know what to do. I will go with my gut. I've got no choice. This is having to make a blind decision. And look at these 2 cards together. It's the 7 of Swords, which is also here. So I will leave it at that. It's going to speak differently to each and every one of you. I do hope that it helped, dear Cancer. I'm going to be doing Valentine's Day love readings as well for each sign, so do look out for those soon. Thank you so much. As I said, stay on and listen to the astrology, and then is the announcement for the competition for the free giveaway. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and sharing. Much love, much light to all of you. Hello everyone, thank you for sticking around for the astrology part of the reading. For those of you that like to know roughly what's going on in the month of February of 2020, hope that you all made it very easily through the very challenging month of January. We're still not out of the storm, still not out of the challenges. I know that mid-month of February until even March, the whole of March, I would say, is going to be fairly demanding and a bit of a challenge, because we're going to have Mars that's going to move into, as you could see, into the sign of Capricorn. It's going to pass over the South Node, then Jupiter and Pluto with Saturn, which, you know, the eclipse that we had on the 10th of January, which was connected to difficult and challenging aspects, was really, really tough. Now, we're not out of the woods yet. As I said, Mars is fire, it's war, it's the ruling planet of Aries. And Aries, the shadow side of Aries can be aggression. Now, Mars can speak of energy and vitality and strength and power. So, you know, with Mars moving over the South Node, which is very karmic, Mars in the South Node, which has to do with past situations, anything to do with what is very familiar, and again, very, very karmic. Mars is asking for us to let go of something of the past. Let it go. That's what the South Node is. It's something that we're supposed to be moving away from. Then Mars will be joining Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and the ruling planet, is in its home sign, which, as you all know, Saturn is amplified in the sign of Capricorn. It is very strong there, as I said, and Mars also likes to be in the sign of Capricorn. It is very strong there. Capricorn is governments, government agencies, it's the law, it's anything to do with the warrior, let's say, you know, that fighter, it's the goat that climbs the mountain. And it does speak of integrity and having to do the hard work. Now, of course, Mars will give us the energy, but because Capricorn is very slow moving and Mars is very fast, it's fire, you know, the downside to this can be aggression, passive aggressiveness, or, you know, even Mars, I suppose, in the sign of Capricorn, will have to slow down and be patient with doing things that are necessary to be done. So we know that Jupiter expands on everything and touches what is Mars. Mars is, again, quick, fire, challenge, go for it, spontaneity. You know, it's everything that Aries is. Now, Mars can also speak of beginnings. So Jupiter is spirituality. It's something that grows, something that becomes very abundant. So therefore, it amplifies everything to do with Mars. Now, of course, Pluto and Saturn, which are still conjunct, they're still together. We know that Pluto brings transformation. It's, you know, the power. Saturn is the general, let's say, of the planets of the zodiac. And it's very, you know, it needs strategy, needs slow and steady movement. So whatever transformation we've been going through, and this could relate to anything to do with what I mentioned of Capricorn. And Capricorn is also work. It's the 10th house. And it's also our status. So there is a very slow transformation that we're going through. Now, as I said, Mars can be fire. We know that Mars, Pluto, and Saturn are the malefic planets of the zodiac. Therefore, and with Jupiter coming up to this area, even though there's quite a bit of a space between them, they're like 10 degrees apart. Jupiter is a very big planet, and Pluto is very powerful. And again, Pluto and Saturn are very karmic. So with Mars coming over these two big players, Jupiter coming closer, it's going to amplify the karma. It's going to amplify the difficulties. And again, anything can happen. Anything can happen. With Mars being here, it is like that spark that's going to begin a situation where, again, it's going to be, I want to move forward, but I can't because I've got Saturn here, and Pluto, which are asking for transformation. Now, again, Saturn, very slow moving. He's the Lord of time and karma. So therefore, it's like trying to move forward quickly with Mars, but then needing to slow down. And this will all be amplified with Jupiter very close here. So that's why I'm saying that mid-February, from the 16th of February, when Mars will enter Capricorn, it will start to slowly move over these planets, these energies here. Let's go back to the beginning of the month. What is important in February? We've got on the 3rd of February, we're having Mercury entering Pisces. Let's see that. Okay, so the 3rd of February, as you can see here, we've got the 3rd of February, and we're having, well, it's only hours away, let's say. Mercury will be moving into Pisces. Now, Mercury is the mind. Pisces it's the divine, it's spiritual, it's very creative as well. So we know that Mercury is all about logic, and Pisces is all about no logic, like we're zonked out, we're living in a dream. It's very dreamy-like. So we're going to be seeing things that are very imaginative. What we perceive will be through creativity, through seeing something that is very dreamy. That's what the energy that Mercury gets when it's in the sign of Pisces, and it will be moving over, obviously, Neptune, which is the ruling planet of Pisces. We did have recently, I'm going to say, a conjunction with Venus and Neptune, which can be very dreamy. It can be the divine love. It can also be money, let's say, through creativity. Okay, and but we did have Venus that was squaring over to Mars. Mars and Venus are very, they're the lovers of the zodiac. And the square is not easy, so it's as though we've turned some sort of a corner. Maybe even with Neptune being the illusion, maybe there was some sort of an argument or a misunderstanding where, relationships are concerned. Now, Venus is very strong. She loves being in Pisces, so that gives her more power. And anyway, let's go on to the 7th of the month, which is, now the hours may be a little bit off, doesn't really matter. Venus is going to enter Aries, and Venus turns from dreamy, romantic, let's say, very sacrificial. She turns into the warrior queen, let's say, where she actually she goes towards and she wants to take a risk on love. She's action orientated. She's ready for new beginnings. And she does become the warrior queen, as I said. So very fire, Aries is fire, so very fire-stricken. She's ready to go for what she wants, and that gives her the energy, obviously. So full moon on February 9th. So let's go on to the 9th of the month. We're having a full moon. Yes, so the full moon will be in the sign of Leo, and it is at 20 degrees. So it is obviously it's the time of Aquarius, so happy birthday if you are an Aquarian. Okay, so 20 degrees. 20 degrees is if you have, let's say, something in your chart. For those of you that are familiar with your charts, if you are not, please go to astro.com, put in your details there for a natal birth chart, put in your birth details, the exact time if you know it, and you can get your natal chart. You can see where all your planets are. So yes, if you've got something around the 20-degree mark, obviously this full moon will be touching on your life. Now, full moons are combinations. It is some sort of completion. Leo is all about the heart. It's the child that wants to go out and play. It's all about flirtation. It's all about creating something of your own. It's a risk that you're needing or wanting to take. And Leo is also the heart. So it's also bringing things out and showing the world. Okay, now, being the star, being up on stage, that's what is culminating here with the full moon in Leo. Now, what I wanted to say also is that for those of you that know which are the important points, let's say rising, the ascendant, the descendant, the midheaven, and the IC, right? So those points are very important in the chart. So if you do have anything on those points connecting to the full moon, even in, with the full moon close to one of these very important points, it is a very important time for you. So I want to say, because the full moon is in Leo, obviously it is some sort of a combination also, which will be affecting the rest of the fire signs. So Aries and Sagittarius, as well as Leo, will be the most that are affected. Okay, let's go into the next transit. As I said, the 16th of the month is when Mars will be moving into the sign of Capricorn. Now, it is showing up in Sag. I don't want to go hours forward, back and forth. Anyway, so Capricorn will be moving into the sign of Capricorn, as I explained earlier. And what do we have here? On the same day, we are actually having Mercury turning retrograde. Now, let me go forward a few hours so I can show you that. Okay, so I just moved Mercury forward so you could see how it will be retrograde. And of course, it's on the 2nd of February, it will be moving into its shadow period. So on the 17th, well, I'm in the northern hemisphere on the 17th. So for others, it could be on the 16th, depending on, it's only hours difference, nevertheless. So yes, it will be turning retrograde, and it will continue up until the 9th of March, when it will station to go direct. So it will leave its retrograde shadow zone, let's say, at the end of March, on the 29th of March. So we're talking roughly around 2 months, both shadow periods in the beginning and in the end. But the retrograde is usually around 3 weeks, maybe just over. So, okay, a couple of days after that, we're having the sun move into Pisces. Okay, so here we are, and the sun moving into Pisces. Again, happy birthday to you, Piscean people, and wishing you all the best on your birthday. This is a very important time for you in your lives. Okay, our birthday month is always full of blessings. So, and obviously, very soon, in the next few days, you get your new moon, but I will get to that. We've got one more thing to mention on the 20th of the month. 20th of the month. we have Jupiter sextiling Neptune, and where are we? Jupiter in Capricorn, which is sextiling over to Neptune. And we know that we know that Jupiter expands on everything. Neptune is very dreamy. Sometimes, a sextile is very positive. So this is the first consecutive of 3 meetings with Jupiter and Neptune. Neptune in Pisces is very strong. Again, very dreamy. Could be those rose-colored glasses. It can be a very spiritual time. Both Neptune and Jupiter are very spiritual. And we know that also with Jupiter, it's all about our belief system. So it could also include any connections with people from different backgrounds as well. It is a time of generosity and compassion. That's what Pisces is. And this is expanding, obviously, with Jupiter as well. So, as I said, this is the first conversation with these 2 big planets. And there's 2 more, which will be, I think the next one will be sometime in July and then in October. Now, also the last very important thing is the new moon on the 23rd. We're having a new moon in Pisces. As I was saying, dear Pisces, this is your annual new moon. It's a very lucky time for you, very beneficial. Make sure, and I'm talking to everyone now, to set out those intentions. Send your wishes out to the divine. Pisces is the divine. This is an amazing time for letting the divine know what you wish to bring for you. And you never know, in a matter of 6 months, this could be what will happen for you. Okay, now let's go a few hours forward, since we know that with new moons, we've got the moon and the sun together, as you could see here. Here we go. The sun and the moon at 4 degrees in the sign of Pisces. Okay, so new beginnings, that's what new moons are all about. And it is happening at 4 degrees. 4 degrees roughly of Pisces. So again, for those of you that have your birthday, 4 degrees would be the first decan of the sign of Pisces. So for those of you that have your birthday on the first days of the season, the Piscean season, for you it's especially very important that there are new beginnings, and this is a wild card for you, a very, very lucky time. All right, everyone, so I think I will leave it at that. Soon, just one last thing, we're going to be having not very long, a couple of months to go before the nodes are going to change from Cancer, Capricorn to Gemini and Sagittarius to that axis. So I will get into that when we get to that time. Thank you for listening. Hope that this was a little bit of enlightenment for you, for those of you that are astrology lovers, beginners mainly, because we don't go very deep into the astrology. Just a last thing that I want to show here is that I don't know about you guys if you've had any synchronicities or anything like that recently, but what I keep seeing is 444. 44 is everywhere. Usually I'm the person who sees number 11, and that's why I've called my channel Divine Debut 11. But the past month, I would say roughly, it's 444 all the time, and they're angel numbers. So it's saying that, to me personally, it's saying that whatever difficulties we're all going through, the divine is still there looking out for us. So for those of you that have been through hardship, and it's most of us, since the beginning of the even end of last year, know that this too will pass, and always positive thinking brings a positive outcome. That's how energy works. So again, thank you very much. Wishing you all well. Talk to you very soon. Thank you. Okay, hello everyone. Letting you know that I am hosting a competition for Valentine's Day, and what that will include, so the winner will be able to win from me a 40-minute love reading using tarot. Okay, so if you'd like to enter, this competition is going to be done through Instagram. So what you need to do is, first of all, I have my Instagram link in the description box below, at Divine Debut 11. So if you don't know how that's spelled, please check it out in the description box. What you need to do is go to my Instagram, find the post about the competition, which will be up there. You also have to tag 2 friends in the comments. Okay, so we will be choosing from the people who have tagged 2 of their friends, obviously. Also, make sure that you are following me on Instagram. Now, the more times that you comment, the higher your chances are of winning. Okay, so the winner will be chosen from the comments, okay, which we'll be checking that they have tagged 2 friends. So the competition is going to start from as soon as you can find the as soon as you can find that post about the competition. So you could start to enter. The competition will end on the 11th of February, so on the 11th of the 2nd of 2020. Okay, very important date. Now the delivery of the prize will be for the lucky winner on the 14th of February. I should say that the prize will be, the reading will be done before that, but they will receive it and in relation to Valentine's Day. So they may receive it the day after, on the 12th, on the 13th, at the latest on the 14th. Okay, so you have to contact me through Instagram. Okay, that's the only way that you can enter this competition. And it is my pleasure to do this for you. One lucky person, as I said, will win a free love reading. I would like to thank you all so much for all that you do for my channel. This is me giving something back to you. I do receive your love daily, and this is just something extra for Valentine's Day. There will be more to come, more competitions like this. For those of you that are interested in what's happening with me, I am settling in slowly in this new environment. It takes a while though, and being a Virgo, everything's got to be perfect. So look out for more coming from my channel. And also, I would like to wish you all good luck, and I will be announcing the winner. Obviously, I will be posting it on Instagram, so you know who the actual winner is. All right, thank you all so much, and talk to you soon.